Okay, so we're gonna test out the Colourpop brush set that I just got. I got the full brush set. I think this was like $45 to $50, which I thought it was gonna be cheaper for the entire set, but I'm in need for some new brushes anyway, so I thought I would give it a try. I only used one of these so far, so here's what the set looks like. It comes with 12 brushes, so you have some face brushes on this side and some eye brushes on this side. So we're gonna test it out with the Colourpop products. I have read a lot about people wanting brushes that can pick up the super shock shadows. That's the only thing I tested out, is that I did my friend's makeup the other day for her wedding, and I put a little bit of the super shock right on the middle of her lid, and I used one of these brushes for that. And so I'll show you again how that works and if it works. If you're not familiar with the super shock shadows, they usually come in pots like this. They also have like super shock cheek and super shock highlighters, which I've been wanting to try, but the consistency of the shadow is almost like it. You can, like, if you look at it, you can see that if you push in it, you can almost see the indent. So it's more of like a, I don't want to say gooey, but like a waxy consistency, if that makes sense. It's not like a regular packed shadow. So picking up this type of formula with a regular brush is really hard. Like, it just doesn't stick. So it's best to apply with your finger. So if you swipe your finger in this and then just wipe it on your hand, like, the payoff is amazing. Okay, and I have a bunch of these and it's really nice. So I usually just put this on with my fingers. You might not like applying things with your fingers. You might want to have the option for a brush. So I did hear that these brushes should be good for picking up the super shock formula as well. So for the palettes, just to test out with their formula as well, we're going to use this palette. This is their Yes Please palette that's been selling out like crazy. This was compared to the Natasha Denona palette. I do not have that palette to compare because that palette is like $200, and you got me messed up with someone else. But this palette is super nice. I've only swatched it and I haven't used it yet, so this will be my first time using it. And then I have the Gimme More palette, which looks like this, and this is the highlighting palette. Now these are not super shock, but they are soft. Like, this one here came a little bit broken, and I kind of had to press it back in because it's like very soft, but we'll see how the brushes apply those highlighters as well. So we'll start with the eyes first. Another product that I just got that I'm testing out that I have never used yet, I just got it yesterday. This is by Tarte Cosmetics. It's the Lid Lock eye base. I've been looking for so you know, like, a lot of people use the MAC paint pots, and those are not, MAC is not cruelty free, so I don't use MAC. So I've been looking for something similar to that because it's a really nice product, and I could never find it. And then Tarte just came out with this, so I wanted to give it a try. Now these Colourpop brushes are not numbered, they're not labeled in any way, so I can't really distinct to you which brush I am using, but I'm gonna take a small flat brush, and I was gonna say synthetic, but they're all synthetic, and pick up a little bit of this. Yes, yeah, okay. We're gonna put this lid lock on here, and let's see how this takes the shadows, because I've been struggling finding a nice eye primer. What do you guys recommend, or what are you guys using right now for eye primer? Let me know, because I'm trying to find some new ones, but cruelty free, please. And Tarte's packaging is always super cute, but again, this is my first time. I just got this yesterday. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the Yes Please palette, and it has the cute little graphics, cute AF, and then it has the names of the shadows on the back. And now remember, they're backwards, which I always screw up. So yes, so we're gonna go in first all over our lid. Let's see, what brush will we take? I'm gonna take, and I wish they were numbered in some way, just so I can, you know, let you guys know exactly what brush I'm using, but not really possible. So I'm gonna go in with Full Zip, which is this like nude color up here. Definitely picks up the product, and we're gonna put this all over our lid. So by applying a neutral color all over your lid, it kind of just helps the shadows to be able to blend seamlessly as opposed to just blending right on top of your skin. They're now blending with another powder, if that makes sense. So it just makes it a little easier to blend out your shadows. So we're gonna go in with our crease, and they have this really nice crease brush, and I am a crease brush fanatic. And let me show you one of my favorite crease brushes that I've gotten recently. This is the Sephora Pro crease brush from Sephora, obviously, and this is one of my favorites. It's similar in shape. This is it has a little more bristles, and the consistency feels the same, except this also has the stippling on top. But let's see how well it does, because it looks very similar, and this is one of my favorite go-to crease brushes. So let's do this burnt orange over here. This is all the way to the right. This is GNO, and so we're gonna go with this one here with this brush. Let's see how it picks up. Definitely picks up the product. A little bit of fallout, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and apply this in the crease. Yeah. Wow, this color is really pretty. So not only am I using these brushes for the first time, but I am using this palette for the first time. I did, yes. Oh my god. Okay, shh. But their shadow formula is really nice. They're super pigmented, which I love. Going with, now they don't really have another crease brush here for us. It's really just, that's the only crease brush, and then the fluffy brush that I used at first. But they do have this type of dense brush like so. But I want a flat brush for my lid. Go back in with that same brush that we used at first. We're gonna use this gold color right here. This one is called Butter Cake, so we're gonna go with this. It has like gold reflex, and this one doesn't have as much fallout, maybe because of the shimmery consistency. It's a little softer, but it's definitely picking up well on the brush. And we're gonna go ahead and put this in the front corner of our lid. Ooh, oh yeah. Ooh, butter cake, give me a piece. Ooh, yes, girl. That's nice. And then let's go in with, you know, what the heck of it, let's go in with the same brush. Where's my color switch? I'm gonna use my Sephora color switch here. It looks like this, and you just kind of roll your brush in here, and it takes the product off, so you can use the brush again. And then I'm gonna go in with the next shimmer right next to it, called, wait, this one's called Louis, right here, and it has a little shimmer as well. This one has a little more fallout than the other, and we're gonna buff this next to the gold into the crease. And then I'm gonna go in with this more red color here mixed with this brown color. So this one is called Spoiled, and this one is called Note to Self. So I'm gonna mix those two and just kind of darken up the inner crease here. See these dark circles though? It ain't no joke. It ain't no joke, and I ain't no baby. Okay, what other colors can we use? This is a MAC 217, and I know I say I don't use MAC, but I just use whatever I already have. I don't buy any other MAC. I'm gonna take, this is called Champs. This color here, it's like a light pink color. And I'm gonna go in it ever so lightly and just feather out this edge so it's a little more seamless, like so. I'm gonna take the flat brush that I had used for the Super Shock the other day and just spray it with some water. And then let's go back into that gold that's called Butter Cake, this one here. with a wet brush. This one was already pigmented, but let's see how well it looks with a wet brush, which is definitely picking up a lot. So let's see. Now you can see the difference between wet and not wet. So it definitely picks up a lot more, and it definitely makes it a lot more pigmented on these shimmers if you're gonna wet your brush. Let me just go in on the other side that's wet with that shimmery color that we had put on the outside, and let's meet the two here. Yeah, okay. So I have that. Now I just want a nice brown color. Can I cheat and use one of my own brushes? I mean, this is just a review, right? But I'm gonna go with my Sephora brush, and I'm gonna take the Note to Self again, and I'm just gonna put it in the crease here. Like, this brush just does all the work for you. It's amazing. This is the only brush I have from the Sephora Pro collection. I want to try more. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the eyes for now. I can go back to it after we go a little bit further, but let's go on to my face a little bit. So I'm gonna go with concealer, and I do have the new Colourpop concealers, and if you want me to do a separate video on these, I can. I do enjoy them. I have a few things to say about them, but I can do a video on them. If you would like to see that, just let me know in the comments below. But right now I'm going to use the Golden 40, and it has a great applicator on here. I'll go ahead and put this here like so, and let's see if we can use like, this is more of like a blush brush. Let's try. Okay, here they have like a flat stippling brush, which I would think would be better for like foundation. But other than that, we have like a contour brush, a blush brush, and an all over face brush. So this is really the only thing I would see that could be used for concealer. So let's see. It's a little dense for my liking, but let's see. This hair. So, I mean, okay, so it's definitely blending it out. And I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but I've used this concealer many times already. But when I'm looking at it now, the way it's blending with this brush, it definitely does not do it as much justice as it does when I use a beauty blender, because all the other times I've used a blender and it just looks a little bit more flawless than it does up close. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of like settling into my lines down here, which it usually doesn't do right away. It usually just looks very nice. Like, the name of the concealer is No Filter, and I feel like it really does do that. I mean, nonetheless, the brush does work. And it looks nice, so can't complain about that. So I'll use this for my powder, this for my blush, and this for my contour. It doesn't leave anything for my under eye setting, so I'm going to use my own brush for that. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder on top of my concealer. Lately I haven't been really using liquid foundation. I've just been doing concealer with powder foundation. I was using the Laura Geller double baked powder, but I'm pretty much out of it, so I went and bought a new one, and I tried the Kat Von D Lock-It powder foundation in medium 56. I cannot talk. How about this packaging though? Like, isn't it gorgeous? Oy. So when you open it, it has a mirror and it looks like this. We're gonna go in with the big brush and pick up some of that. It does pick up a lot, and it kind of makes the powder have fallout, which it usually doesn't have a lot of fallout. But this brush is soft. Ooh, it's soft. It's soft, but I wish it was almost not as dense, because when I hit the powder, like when I move like this, it's very it moves with my face and it's very flexible. When you hit the powder, see how it just like goes straight on? So it's just all on top. Does that make sense? So I mean, for the most part though, this brush is really good. Super soft, holy crap. And definitely blended out my product fairly well. Okay, so this is the Super Shock Cheek. So this is the one I was telling you about, how it's kind of like, well, this one's not as gooey at all. So let's try with this brush here. I'll dip it in. It's not really like picking up much, and to me this is a little small for a blush brush. Can you even see any color? I mean, I don't really fucking see anything. Maybe with the Super Shock Cheek, this is not a good formula. Let's try a different blush. Okay, this is the Colourpop Carucci Femme Rosa palette. So it has a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer. Let's go in with the blush from this palette and see. Well, yeah, definitely picks up more. I think it's just the consistency of the Super Shock that this type of brush doesn't pick up well. Yeah, there we go. And that's even a little bit too much. And I prefer, I don't know, I've been seeing a lot on YouTube, people using like really small brushes for their blush. And I prefer a bigger brush. My go-to is this Lancome brush. Can you see the difference? Like, I just like a bigger blush brush. I just feel like it gives me more of an airbrushed look. But I don't know, people have been using small brushes, so I'll give it a go. But definitely a little harsh for me, or no? I mean, this side looks a little harsh, this side doesn't. Let's finish and see if we need to buff this out a little more. But this one's pretty good. It definitely picks up a lot of product. I just say that it doesn't really work with the Super Shock Cheek, which is what I was hoping for. The new bronzers that they have, the Press Powder Face Highlight and Bronzer. This is is there a name? I don't feel like taking it out of the pan, but so these are the new ones that they just launched. So I'm gonna take this angled brush and pick up the product here, and we'll go ahead and put that here. It definitely is working. Now we're gonna try the highlight. So let's try the angled. Let's try this brush and see how well it does. I don't think this is gonna work on the Super Shock highlights, but let's try it on this palette. This is the Gimme More palette, where it says I love your face, and then it has 6 highlighters. So let's try Bigger and Better, which is this middle bronzy type of highlight. So we'll go ahead and put this in here. Definitely picking up product with fallout, but let's try it. Can you guys see that glow? This is a great palette. You guys need to get these 2 palettes. But now let me tell you something. A lot of the fan brushes that I've had have been really big. So see the difference in that? Like how much bigger the back one is than this one. And then also the handles are really big. I feel like when the handles are smaller and a little bit fatter, you have more control in holding it. And then when the fan brush is so big, like you just don't have control, and it's so like flexible that the product just kind of like goes all over the place. So this is a little more dense, a little more short bristles, which I like, and the handle is shorter and fatter, which I actually really enjoy. But the highlight is nice. I like it. So let me try one more thing. This is like the small like pencil brush, And let's try to go back into the Yes Please palette, and let's do like an under bottom lash line color. Maybe we can go back in with Louis, which is this like burnt orangey color on the bottom here. And let's put that in the bottom lash line. Oh yes. Wow. All right. Oh, I love this brush. Let me just take this powder brush and do one last blending. Okay, so I just did this brow and I didn't finish this one, and this is the Colourpop. This is the Colourpop brow pencil in Banging Brunette, and they're just launching some new brow products that I saw. I don't think they're out yet, and I don't have any liquid liners from them, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner to do my wing. Alright guys, so what lipstick should we use? Let me grab all my Colourpop lippies. Okay, so I have this planter from IKEA. This one has most Kat Von D, and this one is all Colourpop lipsticks. But I just grabbed a few that I was gravitating towards. So I have Viper, which is an ultra matte lip, which this might be a little too pink. Yeah, it's too pink. And then I have another ultra matte lip in Stingray. This is the one that It's My Ray Ray came out with. Is that too mauvey? And then this is the ultra satin lip in Miss, which is from the Carucci collection. I think I'm gonna go with Stingray, which I haven't worn in a while. So let's see, it's such a pretty color. Put that. Ooh, this is a good color. Almost reminds me of Lolita, which is one of my favorite, but a little more pinky, which I love. A little more pinky purple. Girl. Whew. Am I a real YouTuber yet? Guys, so here's my overall like end thoughts on all the products. So the Yes Please palette, 2 thumbs up. Definitely give this a try. It's super cheap and great shadows, and they work really well. You can do a lot of different looks with this, so I really think this would be something that everyone should have. Gorgeous palette. And then the Gimme More palette, again, really good price, 6 beautiful highlights. Definitely a go-to that I think you should try. I also used the blush from the Femme Rosa collection. I have a video all about the Carucci collection. I'll link it down below. I really enjoy this palette as well, which I think that was limited edition. I don't know if they're bringing that back. And then I used my new Colourpop bronzer that they have in the little set here. I've been enjoying that, but this is not really like a necessity. The lipstick that I used was the Stingray, which I really like. This is the ultra matte lip, and let me tell you that their matte lipsticks are very drying, so if it's too drying for you, then try the ultra satin lips. Those are really nice. They're still a little bit matte, but they don't leave your lips super dry. And then let's talk about the brushes. So the brush set that we have here, do I think it's worth the money? Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think the brushes are really great for synthetic, cruelty-free brushes. You get a lot. The brush roll, super cute, great for traveling. If you didn't want to buy the whole set and you only wanted to buy a few, the ones that I would more recommend to you to buy individually would be these. And again, there's no numbers, but the larger face brush I think is really nice. It's really soft, so I really enjoyed that. I actually really liked this fan brush for their highlighters, so I would definitely recommend that. The crease brush was nice, and you can never have enough crease brushes, so I would definitely recommend that. And then I think my favorite would really be the little pencil brush that I use for under my lash line. I struggle really finding good brushes like this. I think I have like only 1 or 2. I have one that I go to all the time. which looks like this, but it's almost too fine, so it's more of like a defined pencil brush. This is a little bit thicker, so it blends it out nicer. So I really enjoyed this like packed brush for under the lash line. So those are my thoughts on the brushes, the new brush set and the 2 palettes that came out recently that I haven't got time to talk about. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys want to see a video on the concealers. I did use those as well, which I have been enjoying, but there are some things that I would like to point out about them if you want to see them. I know this, like, I don't like to do videos when everyone does the same thing over and over. Like, it's just like too much, I feel like. If you want to see my views on the concealer or how I use them, then definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I can definitely do that. Another Colourpop collection that I haven't done my video on yet is the crystal collection that they had. I have a bunch of different ones. I have the spray, and then I have a bunch of the liquid highlighters, which I'm kind of in love with these. So if you want to see a little bit about how I use this collection, then again, let me know in the comments and I can definitely do that as well. But as far as this video, that is it. That's all I have for you. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you're new and you haven't subscribed already, please do. It really means a lot to me. And again, I'll talk to you guys in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.